So we'll do some questions from the miscellaneous exercise. See, I hope you can see the screen. Decide among the following set which set are the subset of one and another. A is a set. You can see that A is set of all elements as that x is a real number and x square minus 8x plus 12 is equal to 0. So we have to find when x square minus 8x plus 12 is equal to 0. X square minus 8x plus 12 is equal to 0. You can use quadratic formula, otherwise you can factorize. So you have to find two numbers whose product is 12. Sum is equal to minus 8. So the numbers are minus 6, minus 2. The product is 12 and sum is minus 8. So this can be factored as x minus 6 into x minus 2 is equal to 0. So from here you will get x is equal to 2 comma 6. That means your set A is 2 comma 6. And your set B is, okay, already it is given. It is 2, 4, 6. C is equal to 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. It's an infinite set. And D is equal to only one element, 6. So now, what are the subsets? You can see that A में जितना भी elements है पूरा का elements B में है. So you can say A is a subset of B. A में जितना element है पूरा का elements C में भी है. So you can say it is A is a subset of C. But A is not a subset of D because A में जितना element है पूरा का element D में नहीं है. Now B देखो. B is a subset of, yeah, B is a
subset of C.
Subset of C. Now D is a subset of A क्योंकि D में एक ही element है 6 वो A में भी है. D
B,
is a
C.
subset of B also. D is a subset of C also.
C.
Yeah. So that's all. अभी इधर can you say C is a universal set for the other three sets?
Yes.
Yes, C is a universal set for the other three. In this particular
Universal
situation,
set.
C contains all the elements which is in A, B, and C. So C is we can consider C as a universal set for the set A, B, and D, or we can say C is the superset. Now we'll go to the next question. I'm copy pasting the question. 1 second. It will come in. Okay. So in each of the following, determine whether the statement is true or false. If it is true है तो proof कर देना, false है तो example दे देना. क्योंकि for proving something is false, you need to show only one example, one counter example. उसको बोलते हैं counter example बोलते हैं. If for one particular situation it is not true, then it is, we cannot say it is true in general. So for proving false, just give one example. But if you want to prove it it is true, you have to prove it generally. So question 1 देखो. Question number 1. X belongs to A and A is a member of B then X belongs to B. Is it true or false? You can see that X belongs to, I will write, please don't write, because all are participating. So if everyone is going to write, it is not looking good. So I will write, just listen. So there is one drawback of online teaching. See, X belongs to A, and say for example, your set A is set 1. So you can see that 1 is a member of A. And उन्होंने बोला कि A belongs to B. That set, that means your set is something like this. उस set के अंदर elements आ रहे set 1 and another thing say 4, 5, whatever it is. So here you can see that the set A is a member of set B. Is a member of set B. क्योंकि set B में 3 elements है. मैंने एक example दे रहे, मैं खुद बना रहे. So set B में 3 elements है. So ये एक element set 1 and another element 4 and 5. So the situation is correct. X belongs to, that is 1 belongs to A, and your A belongs to B. Then is it always true 1 belongs to B?
No.
You can see that 1 is not belongs to B. Okay, if here 1 भी मैंने ऐड किया है तो B में मैंने 1 भी ऐड किया तो ठीक है आएगा. But it is, so in general it is not true, because in this particular I have shown you one particular situation. The element 1, that 1 is a member of the set A, and A, the set itself is a member of another set B. But you can see that जो set A का अंदर का जो elements B के अंदर आना है करके कोई guarantee नहीं है. So that means it is false.
False.
False. So second question देखो, आप मत लिखो ना बाबा. Second question, ये subset of B, and that B, that set is a member of the set C, then A belongs to C. So ये थोड़ा सा theoretically है, so आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. देखो ये subset of B मतलब you can take your A as set 1, your B as set 1, 2. So you can see that A is a subset of B. Now you can take your set C as, let's say, set 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. And you can see that here A is a subset of B, and B is a member, that set B it's a member of the set C, but A is not belongs to C. C में नहीं है. So that is also false. Now, third question देखो, ये subset of C, A subset of B, B subset of C, that implies A subset of C. That is the question. Is it true or false?
True.
So हमें प्रूफ करना है. So प्रूफ करने के लिए A subset of C A करके प्रूफ करने के लिए हम A में एक एलिमेंट निकाल देना. So X belongs to A. Let X belongs to A. जनरली हमने ले लिया X is a subset of, X is a member of A करके ले लिया. अभी A X C में है करके प्रूफ करेंगे तो उसका मतलब A में जितना भी एलिमेंट्स है पूरा का पूरा एलिमेंट C में है करके उसका मीनिंग, क्योंकि हमने जनरली ले लिया था. So now x belongs to A, so this implies x belongs to B also. Reason क्या है? The reason is A is a subset of B. A में जितना भी एलिमेंट्स है B में है, that means x belongs to B. This implies x belongs to C also. उसका reason है B is a subset of C. B में जितना भी एलिमेंट्स है पूरा का पूरा एलिमेंट C में है, so that means x B में है तो x C में है. So हमने x A में है करके ले लिया, so हमने प्रूफ किया था x belongs to C. That implies A is a subset of C, so that means it is true. Now, fourth question. A is not a subset of B. A B का subset नहीं है. That means A में जितना भी elements है पूरा का पूरा elements B में नहीं है. B is not a subset of C. B में जितना elements है पूरा का पूरा element C में नहीं है. Then what they are saying is ऐसे है तो A is not a subset of C. So देखो, so I am taking A is equal to set 1 2, B is equal to set 2 3, and C is equal to say 1 2 5. देखो here A is not a subset of B क्योंकि A में जो एलिमेंट द 1 वो B में नहीं है, so ये B का सबसेट नहीं है. Now B is not a subset of C क्योंकि B में 2 and 3 है but C में 3 नहीं है, so B is not a subset of A. But here you can see that A is a subset of C. A में जो एलिमेंट्स द 1 and 2 वो C में भी है, so A is a subset of C. So that means ये रिजल्ट फॉल्स है. ट्रू है तो हमेशा के लिए ट्रू होना चाहिए. If there is a single situation that the result is not true, then we cannot say the statement is true. So it is false. Question number 5 देखो. X belongs to A. X A में है. But A is not a subset of B. That means X B में है करके कोई गारंटी नहीं है. So is it true or false? Like देखो, A is equal to set 1 2 3. B is equal to, so मैंने ले लिया 2 3 4 5. So here if you see 1 A में है, but A is not a subset of B. जो भी A में जितना भी elements है वो B में नहीं है, so 1 is not belongs to B. You can see that B में 1 नहीं है, so that is also false. Now sixth one, A is subset of B. ये सबसेट ऑफ B मतलब A में जितना भी एलिमेंट्स है पूरा का पूरा एलिमेंट्स B में है, and X not in B. So then X not in A, we have to prove that. So let X belongs to A, हमने assume किया, that implies X belongs to B also because reason is A is a subset of B. So X A में है तो X B में है, so that implies, so उसका मतलब X not in B है तो X will be not in A also क्योंकि A में है तो B में है, so उसका मतलब B में नहीं है तो A में भी नहीं है, so that means it is true. थोड़ा थियरी जैसे लग रहा होगा। इसमें से जो 6 मार्क के लिए जो क्वेश्चन आएगा, जो हमने जो कल डिस्कस किया वाला टाइप क्वेश्चंस, जो वेन डायग्राम यूज करके जो हमने जो कल किया था, दैट टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस विल कम फॉर 6 मार्क्स एंड दीस आर द क्वेश्चंस जस्ट टू मेक श्योर दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड द concepts. Now A, B, C be the set such that A union B, A union B and A union C are same. तब A and B में जितना भी एलिमेंट्स है वो दोनों का यूनियन, एंड A and C का एलिमेंट्स है दोनों का यूनियन भी सेम है. सेम टाइम A इंटरसेक्शन B and A इंटरसेक्शन C इसको सेम. दैट मीन्स A and B के लिए जितना एलिमेंट्स कॉमन है उतना एलिमेंट्स A and C के लिए भी कॉमन है. सो ये दोनों कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करेंगे तो वी हैव टू प्रूव दैट B is equal to, we have to prove that B is equal to C. So A is equal to, you don't write, if there's any technical problem make it correct. A इंटरसेक्शन A यूनियन B, देखो ऐसे लिख सकते हैं A इज इक्वल टू A इंटरसेक्शन, क्योंकि A यूनियन B मतलब A एंड B में जितना भी एलिमेंट्स है पूरा का पूरा एलिमेंट्स आएगा, एंड इंटरसेक्शन विथ A. So A can be written as A intersection A union B. ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं it can be written as A union A intersection B, क्योंकि A intersection B मतलब A and B के लिए कॉमन पोर्शन. So that union, so we can write in both ways. फिगर में बोलेंगे तो दिस इज योर A, दिस इज योर B. सो ये वाला पोर्शन हो जाएगा A इंटरसेक्शन B, एंड ऑफ A इंटरसेक्शन B एंड ये मतलब पूरा उसका दोनों यूनियन करेंगे तो आपको ये मिलेगा, एंड A यूनियन B मतलब पूरा A एंड B सब कुछ आएगा, उसके साथ A का इंटरसेक्शन करेंगे तो आपको सिर्फ A का पोर्शन आएगा. सो आप ऐसे A को A इंटरसेक्शन A यूनियन B लिख सकते हैं और A यूनियन A इंटरसेक्शन B लिख सकते हैं. So now we have to prove that B is equal to C. So I'm going to start with B. So B is equal to, so same logic, it can be written as B union B intersection A. B and A का intersection union B. That means it is B union A. B intersection is same as A intersection B. That is B union A intersection B is given as A intersection C. So you can write A intersection B के जगह A intersection C है करके लिख सकते, because it is given A intersection B is same as A intersection C. Reason A intersection B is equal to A intersection C. Now it is union and intersection are distributive property is there. So B union A intersection B union C. B union A intersection B union C. It is by distributive law. Distributive law. But B union A मतलब A union B. But A union B is given as A union C. So B union A के जगह आप A union C लिख सकते हैं क्योंकि B union A and A union B are same only. A union B is equal to A union C है करके दिया है. So it's the A union C intersection B union C. So which is it is C union A union C can be written as C union A intersection C union B. So C union A intersection C union B. So it is distributive property. You can write like this: C union A intersection B. ऐसे लिख सकते हैं. Distributive property को वापस लिखा है. C union A intersection B. So this is same as C union A intersection B is given as A intersection C. So C union A intersection C. Or it is C union C intersection A. It is as per formula. This is same as C because here C union A intersection B is A. So C union C intersection A is C. So हमने B से शुरू किया. B is equal to, and we proved in the last step it is equal to C. That is what the question. We have to prove that B and C are same. And if you have any other method, you can use that also, no issue. Okay. Is it clear? So this type of some theory-based questions are also there, but majority of the time the question will be from that Venn diagram questions. And another important question is proving De Morgan's law. For example, this type of question will be there for the exam always. Universal set is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Your set A is given as 2, 4, 6, 8. B is given as 2, 3, 5, 7. See, if you are going to write it again, I'm going to tell you the name who is going to write this. Okay? So don't think that like I can't understand who is writing. So first I thought it is technical problem. So I'm just leaving it. And if you're going to repeat this again and again, I'm going to tell you your name publicly. Okay. So question is verify De Morgan's law. So De Morgan's law the A union B का complement. It is same as A complement intersection B complement. Means complement of the union. Complement of the union is equal to intersection of the complement. And A intersection B का complement is equal to A complement union B complement. Means complement of the intersection is the union of the complement. That is De Morgan's law. So we have to verify this. So just 1 second, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so A union. So you have to find A union B first. So A union B. A union B is equal to 2, 3. A एंड B का जितना भी एलिमेंट्स है पूरा का पूरा एलिमेंट्स लिखना है. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. सो A यूनियन B का कॉम्प्लीमेंट. सो जितना एलिमेंट्स A यूनियन B में है नहीं है वो लिखना है, बट जो A यूनियन B नहीं है बट यूनिवर्सल सेट में है. सो 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 इधर है, बाकी 9. So 1, 9. So keep this as 1. Now you have to find A complement. A complement मतलब पूरा एलिमेंट्स जो A में नहीं है. So A is 2, 4, 6, 8. So उसमें से जो नहीं है, so 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. That is A complement. B complement is जो B में नहीं है. So 1, 2, 3 is there, 4, 5 is there, 6 is not there, 7, 8, 9. Now A complement intersection B complement. A complement and B complement का common. So you can see that 1 is common, then only 9 is common. So here from 1 and 2, 1 में हमें मिला था A union B का complement. A union B का complement हमें मिला set 1, 9. एंड 2 में मिला A complement intersection B complement. So उसमें से हमें पता चलता है कि A union B, the complement is equal to A complement intersection B complement. Now we have to find A intersection B. A intersection B. A intersection B मतलब जो A and B के लिए कॉमन. सो देखेंगे तो 2 इज कॉमन, बाकी कोई कॉमन नहीं है. सो A इंटरसेक्शन B का कॉम्प्लीमेंट. सो जो A इंटरसेक्शन B में नहीं है वो सब लिखना. सो 1, 2 छोड़ के सब कुछ आएगा. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now A complement and B complement ऑलरेडी आपने निकाल के रखा है. सो उसका यूनियन A complement, सो इसको कॉल कर देना 3. A complement union B complement. So A complement is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. B complement is 1, 4, 6, 8, 9. So it is 1, दोनों में 2 नहीं है, बाकी 3 है, 4 है, 5 है, 6 है, 7, 8 and 9. You call this as 4. So now you can see that from 3 and 4 both sets are same. From 3 and 4 we can say that A intersection B का complement, A intersection B का complement, which is equal to A complement union B complement. So you can conclude that hence De Morgan's law is verified. So this is one important type of question. The most important type of question from this chapter is verifying De Morgan's law and finding answers using Venn diagram. Okay. So now tomorrow onwards we'll start the new chapter, and for UT for your unit test, जितना हम पढ़ाएंगे उतना तक सिलेबस होगा, तो सेट्स बिल्कुल होगा. सो अभी कल से हम रिलेशंस एंड फंक्शंस द न्यू चैप्टर हम शुरू करेंगे. सो whatever we will discuss just before the day of exam, that much will be there for the exam. And the UT will be objective type question, MCQ questions. बट ऐसे भी नहीं होगा जैसे आप देख के सिर्फ आंसर तुरंत मार्क कर सकते करके नहीं होगा. In some questions you have to do the question in the piece of paper, then you have to find the answer. ऐसे होगा. But most probably the UT will be conducted in the form of a Google quiz, and there will be 40 marks. 40 marks will be there for the quiz. ठीक है. And if you have any doubt from this chapter, I told you yesterday, just go through the chapters, and if you have any doubts, you can ask. 2 minutes is remaining. And relations and functions. In 11th class, you are studying the basics of everything. Like the 11th is the most important class for you, even for physics, chemistry, and bio and math. For all the 4 subjects, the base lies in the 11th class. So in math also, the thing is all the topics, almost all the topics are new for you. Like आपने देखा sets, it's a new concept for you. Then tomorrow we will start relations and functions. So that is also a new concept for you. But based on that, you are 12th class. So this is the base. So that this concept should be very, very clear. And after that, you have the chapter trigonometry function. And that is the most important chapter for your lifetime, we can say, because in 12th class, you are having one section calculus. So in that calculus, the main thing, that means one is trigonometric function, and there is one chapter in the last, limits and derivatives. These 2 chapters are the base of next year's almost 50% syllabus. Like calculus, there is a topic known as calculus. So almost 50% questions will be, the base will be from these 2 chapters, trigonometry function and limits and derivatives. So what I want to tell you is you should be very thorough with that basic concepts. And after that, permutation and combination is there. Then complex numbers are there. So these all our topics are like linear inequalities are there. All these topics are new to you. The concepts are new to you. But all these are required for the next year in 12th math. All these things, all these basic things you needed. So make sure that not only for math, for every subject, physics, chemistry, bio and math, for every subject, the base should be very clear and very thorough. ठीक है. So you have to do the, or if you like आपने सुना होगा ना, like well beginning is half done. So if your 11th class is very good, if your base is very thorough, then the 12th class will be very easy for you. ठीक है. So prepare well, study well, and see you tomorrow in the next class. Okay, take care.